Good afternoon, Greene County and surrounding communities. Daniel here with ZCI. I apologize, I've been slacking with the video production. It has been a crazy year, but I don't have to tell you that. I'm sure you're in your own personal chaos like the rest of us. But God is good and we are still moving along. So today I wanted to revisit damage on a roof. We're getting into winter now. I guess it's just now becoming fall, but I think winter is going to come pretty fast and pretty cold this year. So I wanted to remind you guys, very important aspect of making sure you get your damage inspections done before winter comes. It becomes a lot harder to do the inspection if there's snow or install the roof if there's damage when it's too cold. So now is really the time to get us out and make sure you don't have any damage that might have been caused in the earlier spring storms. Okay, the reason for that being, I'm going to go through a little bit of the damage, is that you can't always tell right away if you have hail damage especially, but even wind damage can sometimes lay dormant with the initial damage being done, and you don't really notice the effects of it until maybe years later. Okay, so the first step in wind damage is the wind breaks the seal on the shingle. First it breaks the seal. Okay, this shingle right here, totally fine, sealed down, nothing's going to harm it. But once it breaks the seal, once wind comes and breaks the seal, it can then work its way into the shingle over and over again until eventually it's going to crease the shingle here and cause granule loss. Okay, so that's going to happen for some time, and then eventually it's going to blow the shingle completely off like we have here. And then as it progresses, it's going to blow off entire shingles, large chunks of shingles, and that's when you really start to see the water intrusion. But right here, we already have the damage. We have what's considered damage by Hague engineering firm, where we're certified. We have what's considered damage by every single insurance company. The roof has been damaged and it needs to be repaired. Okay, the important part is doing it right away, where you can point to the date of loss and tell your insurance company it happened this date, I had an inspection, and now we have this damage. So it's very important you get us out as soon as possible, especially after a strong storm. Okay, so again, the first step, it's going to break the seal, it's going to crease it. We see those creases right there. It's going to blow the shingle off. Maybe you don't have water coming in yet, but the damage has been done. You don't want to wait until there's mold in your attic and rotten drywall and all that, because then that becomes a much bigger project. Okay, another type of damage we look for is hail damage. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but this, even more so than wind, you're probably going to see this from the ground if you're looking, but hail damage, I guarantee you can't see this from the camera, let alone from the ground. So if you can see, hailstones hit the shingles and either impact the granules or more likely will remove the granules. They'll impact and then they'll shoot out. So we have the asphalt matting now exposed. Once the granules are gone, not only do you have the lack of the beautiful brown color, black, which is, you know, the aesthetic role of the granules, but you also have the functionality of the granules now gone that's supposed to protect the asphalt matting from UV deterioration. Okay, so it's very important that you address this right away, because if you wait, then you have now a lot of spots on your roof that later down the road the fiberglass matting is now exposed and the water's coming in. We want to avoid that. So get an inspection. Even if you don't think you have damage, it's much better to know you don't have any than to find out a couple years later you did have it and you never addressed it and now there's water coming in. We have no problem coming to a house and telling you there's absolutely no damage. I was out on one earlier today where I said, yep, you're in great shape. I got photos, I documented the property in great shape. So next time you have a storm, you can reach out to us and we'll do another inspection. We'll make sure there's nothing new and we have now to compare it to later, right? So get your inspections done. The sooner the better. We're getting into cold weather. I'd hate for something to happen with an ice dam or snow buildup where you find out there's an issue and now it's a lot harder to fix in the middle of winter. So stay positive, Ohio. Again, let us know if you need anything. ZCI Residential, local, honest, experienced.